Imagine this for a second. You're driving home after a long day. Traffic is boring. Your phone is connected to Bluetooth. Life is normal. And somewhere above you, a pilot is thinking, okay, I really need to land, but where exactly? No airport, no runway, just cars, trucks, and then suddenly, you know what? That Toyota Camry looks like a solid option. Yeah, this is not a movie. This actually happened. Welcome to the channel where we explore the craziest and most unbelievable stories in the world of cars. And today our hero is none other than the powerful, legendary Toyota Camry. The incident happened on Interstate 95 in Brevard County, Florida, during rush hour traffic. Cars were moving at highway speeds. Drivers focused on getting home, and nothing felt out of the ordinary. Among those vehicles was a 2023 Toyota Camry, driving normally like thousands of others on that road every day. At the same time, high above the highway, a small twin-engine Beechcraft aircraft was flying without any sign that something was about to go terribly wrong. Suddenly, the aircraft began experiencing serious engine problems. One engine started to fail, followed shortly by the second engine losing power as well. For any pilot, losing both engines is one of the most dangerous situations imaginable. With no thrust and limited altitude, the pilot had only moments to react. There was no nearby airport, no open field large enough for a safe landing, and no clear escape route. The only visible option was the highway below, packed with cars and completely unprepared for what was about to happen. As the plane descended, drivers on Interstate 95 noticed something unusual. A low-flying aircraft appeared directly above traffic, moving far too low and far too close. Dashcam footage later showed the shocking moment when people realized the plane was not passing over them, but actually coming down toward the road. Panic spread instantly. Some drivers tried to slow down, others froze, and a few managed to move slightly out of the way. But in heavy traffic, there is only so much space and time to react. In a split second, everything went wrong. The aircraft struck the Toyota Camry from above, slamming into the rear and roof of the car. The impact was violent. The roof of the Camry crumpled inward, glass shattered instantly, and the rear of the vehicle was crushed under the weight and force of the plane. After the initial impact, the aircraft bounced slightly and continued sliding forward along the highway. Sparks flew as the landing gear broke apart and scraped across the asphalt. Debris scattered across multiple lanes, and the plane eventually came to a stop after hitting the central barrier. The Camry, heavily damaged and barely recognizable, was pushed forward before coming to a halt. In a matter of seconds, the highway turned from a normal traffic scene into a disaster zone. What happened next is what truly shocked everyone. Despite the severity of the crash, the driver of the Toyota Camry survived. The woman driving the car was injured and taken to the hospital, but her injuries were reported as non-life-threatening. Reports suggest that the woman experienced a mix of disbelief, shock, and adrenaline as the airplane collided with her vehicle. The sound of metal bending, the sudden crushing of the roof, and shattered glass surrounding her must have been terrifying beyond words. Considering that a plane had landed directly on her vehicle while it was moving at highway speed, her survival was nothing short of a miracle. Even more unbelievable was the fact that the pilot and the passenger on board the aircraft walked away without serious injuries. Emergency services arrived quickly at the scene. Firefighters, police, and medical teams worked to secure the aircraft, assist the injured driver, and clear the wreckage. Interstate 95 was temporarily shut down as authorities assessed the situation and removed debris from the roadway. Images and videos from the scene quickly spread across social media, leaving millions of people stunned by what they were seeing. One of the most striking aspects of this incident is the sheer size difference between the small twin-engine Beechcraft airplane and the Toyota Camry. The plane, with a wingspan of approximately 33 feet and a length of about 28 feet, was massive compared to the compact sedan below. To imagine it visually, the aircraft could easily cover the Camry with its wings, making the moment before impact appear like a scene from an action movie. Seeing such a large object descending uncontrollably toward a car that is normally considered safe on the road adds an almost surreal tension to the event. The Toyota Camry was completely destroyed. The roof was crushed, the rear end was demolished, and the structural damage was severe enough to classify the vehicle as a total loss. However, the car had done something remarkable. It absorbed an extreme amount of force and helped protect the driver from what could have been a fatal impact. While no one buys a sedan expecting it to withstand a plane crash, this incident unexpectedly highlighted the strength of modern vehicle safety design. Yet, despite the chaos, the Camry performed remarkably under extreme circumstances. Its survival can be credited to modern automotive engineering. The vehicle's reinforced frame, crumple zones, and advanced shock-absorbing materials worked together to protect the occupant. Essentially, the car absorbed and distributed the tremendous energy of the crash, preventing what could have been a fatal outcome. While the exterior was heavily damaged, the interior cabin remained intact enough to shield the driver. It's a testament to how vehicle design has evolved to protect life in even the most unexpected and extreme scenarios. Following the crash, the Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board launched a full investigation. Authorities are examining the mechanical condition of the aircraft, the cause of the engine failure, and the decisions made by the pilot during the emergency. While the investigation is still ongoing, experts have acknowledged that the pilot had extremely limited options and very little time to act. Attempting to land on the highway, while incredibly dangerous, may have prevented an even worse tragedy involving buildings or crowds of people. As expected, the internet reacted immediately. Jokes, memes, and comments flooded social media, many praising the durability of the Toyota Camry or calling it the safest car on Earth. While the humor helped people process the shock, it also highlighted how surreal the situation was. Beneath the jokes, there was a shared sense of disbelief that such an event could happen and end without any loss of life. This incident serves as a powerful reminder of how quickly normal life can turn into chaos. A routine drive home, a standard flight, and a sudden mechanical failure were all it took to create a moment that will be remembered for years. It also shows how a combination of quick thinking, engineering, and pure luck can sometimes make the difference between disaster and survival. In the end, this was not just a story about a plane and a car. It was a story about seconds, decisions, and the thin line between tragedy and a miracle. On a busy Florida highway, a pilot searched desperately for somewhere to land, and a Toyota Camry unexpectedly became part of that answer. Against all odds, everyone lived to tell the story, leaving the world shocked, amazed, and asking the same question: how was this even possible?